With great power comes great responsibility.
Just hang back, Uncle Ben. The Spider-Man fanbase is too stupid to know what that actually means, despite them acting like they actually do understand it. But yeah, as the old saying goes, actions speak louder than words. So let's talk about how a video game can lead you to send death threats to people working on it because you love Spider-Man so much. So I'm gonna be real with you guys. This is the 5th time I'm recording this video. Apparently the first 3 were too harsh for YouTube and automatically got blocked. The 4th one is setting up all sorts of red flags, so I can't put it up. If I do manage to get it up, it'll just go straight over to the members section where it'll pop up right now and you guys can check it out as a members exclusive, but it might be just a bunch of beeps and bloops in a couple places. So, but you'll get the message across very clearly in like a 9-minute video. I think that's what it's going to come down to that one. Anyways, let's talk about the situation at hand. Over the past couple days, we saw various people from Insomniac get targeted by harassment from fans of Marvel's Spider-Man, the PlayStation 4 game, as a response to the PlayStation 5 changes, specifically Peter's face. Now, it's all good if you don't like it, and if you express that you don't like it, that's cool. That's alright. You're somebody that's very passionate about this stuff. But what's happened is legions of these gatekeeping Spider-Man fanatics who clearly don't understand Spider-Man, but they gravitated towards gatekeeping a couple versions, and it tends to be the PS4 version and the Raimi version the most, and then they've sort of rolled into anything that's not the MCU version. And they targeted with harassment multiple developers, including the head developer of Insomniac and the people behind the video game. Now, if you look online, there's a few people that took it a little bit further, where they found other people that are just like, oh, game designer, or level designer, and they went to their private Facebook pages and took images of them and started posting them online, some which include these people's children, and saying despicable things. I saw one where a child of one of the developers was wearing a Far From Home shirt, and this is a 6-7-year-old child, I would say, by the look of the picture, and they captioned it, "Retard likes MCU," pointing to the kid. Again, this is what the Spider-Man fanbase has become. And it is truly despicable and disgusting. And right now, I'm very much keeping my composure trying to tell you about this, because the other videos I absolutely lost my mind and I went off. Just think of it this way. What did Uncle Ben tell you? I know, you don't like the MCU Spider-Man, I get it. Many Spidey gangs, that's really what they are, or Spidey cultists at this point, have put in their mind this version that Uncle Ben is the definition of Spider-Man, everything. That's why we hate MCU Spider-Man. That's why we go find people on social media that say they like it, and we move 200 to 300 to 400 goons in this one group together to harass them. He said, with great power comes great responsibility. So why don't you actually take that and utilize that to accept the fact that maybe people don't like the same version of Spider-Man, or maybe some people are even excited by these changes made in the remaster. Again, is a model change to Spider-Man's face worth personal attacks and sending death threats to people? Many of these people who spend 60, 70, 80 hours a week working under crunch with no extra pay to deliver these games to you, and you just sit there on your keyboard slamming it all day, talking about how Spider-Man has to be this and that, and then you target these people who might not even understand what the rage or hatred is all about, because they've been working on this for so long, trying to deliver you the definitive version of what they believe. Again, this isn't the first time this happened. Infamous 1 to Infamous 2, when they changed Cole McGrath. it wasn't this bad, but it did get a little out of hand. But now the anonymity that's provided to you by being able to hide behind your monitor and make sock accounts and puppet accounts and all these accounts and say despicable things has truly led me to believe that the Spider-Man community and fan base, and not majority, I'm talking about you, the ones behind this, are truly the worst that any fan base has to offer. At least the hardcore Snyder fans, not the small subsect, but there is those hardcore ones that raised money and awareness for suicide prevention. Those people, at least at their core and heart, are good people who had a just cause. Most of you sit at home, your parents pay for everything, you live in some sort of wealthy suburb or somewhere, and if the most upsetting thing to you to happen this year, that you publicly have to talk about it and outlash at people, is the fact that not a worldwide pandemic or loss of hundreds of thousands of jobs is a big factor. If it's Spider-Man's face changing, then you probably got it all right. You understand what I'm saying? So again, let's take a step back and understand that harassing people who are doing their job, who are trying to deliver you the product that they believe in, is probably not the way to go. It probably makes you complete garbage. And again, I'm talking very slowly and very much trying to get my thoughts out without yelling, like I did in the other videos, because it's truly just disgusting. And it's embarrassing where many Spider-Man fans don't even want to identify themselves as Spider-Man fans, because if you look up Spider-Man on these social media accounts, you run into the same group of goons on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. And they just gatekeep everything Spider-Man and make you think that the entire fan base is like this, that we're all sending death threats or something. No, most of us just love Spider-Man and want to see more of him everywhere. But some people just can't accept that, and I don't know why. So, if you're a Spider-Man fan, and if you're upset by this, I understand. Chances are you have some attachment to something that happened with the Marvel Spider-Man game or something. Maybe it came out at a certain point in your life and helped you, right? That's cool. But if your knee-jerk reaction is to take a step back and go, you know what? I'm going to send a death threat because they changed what Spider-Man looks like in a video game. And I'm going to go personally attack all the people involved with it and go after their families. What's wrong with today's gaming culture and internet culture, and why so many people view nerds online as still a stereotype, lonely man in a basement who's never going to be able to talk to a girl or ever even touch one. You're part of the problem, and if you can't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. But remember, because apparently you believe in it, with great power comes great responsibility.